They tried to rewrite the ending, but I rewrote the plot. Welcome to Life Twirls On. This isn't just a podcast, it's a production. Where I get the mic, the mirror, and the last word. We've got hot looks, hot topics, and maybe just a little bit of hot mess. This week, we're talking reality royalty, reputation rehab, I'll explain later, and the fine print behind unscripted life. Because baby, fame isn't always fabulous, but it is not forever. I was gonna mind my black business, but we all know for me, that doesn't last long. So let's get into it. Starting with what's been twirling through the headlines. All right, it's time for Twirl Talk, where the headlines spin and I spin right along with them. And hopefully I don't spin to the point of spinning out of control or crashing out because we know I have done that a few times. So let's talk about the real cost of success. And no, I'm not talking about taxes, and child knows everybody does not like to see those tax bills coming, all right? I'm talking about that invisible pressure that says, you made it. So now it's your job to carry everybody else. Now, whether you're a celebrity or an influencer or just the first in your family to get the bag or to make a lot of money, the emotional toll of becoming the breadwinner hits hard. Like, what comes with the person in the family that's maybe the head of the household, or a wife that is supporting and holding everything together until her husband makes it? I mean, you know that little story about Barack Obama and the potential he had. Although he wasn't making a lot of money, he had the potential. So somebody, once they got married, had to be the breadwinner, while other people may have stayed in school or, you know, chasing a business. Now, Gabrielle Union, childless. Let me just say a quick prayer that I don't make any enemies today, because I love Gabrielle Union. We have worked together and I really adore her. She has always been very kind and nice to me, and I think she's very positive. I love everything about her. But recently, Gabrielle opened up about feeling anxious even after achieving like financial success. She's been responsible for multiple households, not just her own. Now, I know a little bit about what that's like, being responsible for not only what's going on in your household, but other people. Cardi B recently just clapped back at fans questioning why she still works so hard, saying that she supports her friends, her families, and even people she doesn't talk to anymore. Now, while you would be, Cardi, I love you too, but I'm just confused. Why are you supporting people that you don't talk to anymore? I would just like to know a little bit more about that story. Who are these people and why do you feel obligated to take care of them? We see people in the headlines all the time also, like your Tyler Perry's, who when you see actors that are out of work, or he might be a fan of someone who is not really making the money right now, he'll give them a job. He'll put them to work. Now, as to Cardi B and Gabrielle Union, these women made it, okay? They have a lot of money. They are multi-millionaires and still feel like they can't breathe because of who's waiting in the line behind them with their hands out. I don't know if this is an issue in the Black community especially, but there's a cultural expectation to lift everybody up when you win. But does that also become a weight instead of a win? And when they say lift everyone up, does that mean give everyone money? Or does that mean help someone win? Sometimes the people closest to us can guilt trip you into believing that their success is your responsibility, or their financial stability is your responsibility. The truth is, success comes with silent fees, and guilt is the biggest one. For instance, the guilt of whether you should be responsible for taking care of your entire family, not just your immediate family, your children, your mother, the things that we are always going to feel like we are responsible for taking care of. My mother, I will always take care. And I had my grandmother who passed, the woman that raised me. It was nothing that I wouldn't do to make sure that she was happy and she had what she needed, even if it was just going to Red Lobster, which she loved. I love to just put a smile on her face, and I love being able to do it. And that's one of the reasons why I work so hard. But you have other people in your family that will ask you, for instance, I had someone ask me recently, can I get $2,000? I don't want to pay my rent late this month. You don't want to pay your rent late this month, but you just went on vacation 3 times last month. I didn't even go on vacation 3 times last month. So why do you think it's appropriate to ask me for money to fund your lifestyle? You're not asking me for money because you lost your job and you haven't been able to find a new job. You're not asking me for money because you had an unexpected medical expense and your baby is in dire need for something. You're not asking me for help with tuition at school or something that is pertaining to a child, which is always going to be my yes. You're asking me to fund your lifestyle. You're asking me to take you shopping and things like that. To me, that's where I draw the line. I don't feel a need to fund someone's lifestyle. I fund my own lifestyle. I fund my child's lifestyle. I fund my grandmother's lifestyle, things like that. But when it comes to grown, able-bodied people, work. And I also do believe, and please, I'm not going to give you the Kim Kardashian, you need to get your ass out there and fucking work. I'm not going to give you that. However, I feel that way. I feel that way because I work so hard. I don't have enough hours in the day, and I'm sure a lot of people feel like that, to do all of the things that I need to do in my life. And I bust my ass, and I have been since I was a teenager. My first job was working at McDonald's for, who knows, pennies on the hour, because I had a specific work ethic and I wanted things for myself, and I wasn't going to ask for handouts. And I don't think that because I have money and I've worked hard for the money I have, that I should just hand out money to other people. I get people requesting cash apps from me every single day. I'm no longer on Cash App for those who might think it's a good idea to request some cash. But you get emails as a celebrity, as someone that people perceive to have money. We're paying bills just like you. I have to pay to keep my lights on like you. I have to pay my car notes just like you. I have to pay for my child to have shoes on her feet because she changes her shoe size every month because she's growing. I have the same bills as you. They're just higher bills, but I still have to pay them. So please, for the people that are in our families or our friends, I would just say, for me, this is how I feel. I would rather teach you how to fish than to give you a fish. I'm from that school. I would rather show you how to do something to make money than to give you money, because that is just me giving you codependency. It's not teaching you how to fly. It's not teaching you how to be better with your bills or to educate you. So for me, I'm going to teach you how to fish rather than to give you that fish. And I think that to the Cardi B's, to the Gabrielle Unions, I get it. You make money, more problems. But I can tell you one thing, a bitch ain't one. So you guys, tell me what you think. Do you guys think when you make money, or you're the breadwinner in the family, or the one that is, perceived to have the most wealth, do you owe it to your loved ones to share the wealth? Or are you allowed to keep what you've earned without the guilt trip? Now drop your thoughts, because you know what? This one is personal. We might need to come back to this because I'm sure this is going to come up again. You know what time it is. Come on now. You know it's time for Twirl or Toss. Now we're judging looks, lace, and the boldest lifestyle trends of the week. I put this on for 8. Oh, security. No. Stay. I can make them. Okay, look. Okay, listen. I'm going into the drawer that you guys complain so much about. And I'm going to make sure that where's the ring? Because this thing is just going to keep going off. Oh, it's another camera. I have like 20 cameras. Okay. It's closed. We good. Okay. Are we good? We're good. Everybody's going to survive? Are we good? Okay, we're good. If it's serving, it gets a twirl. If it's tired, it gets a toss. So let's talk about the soft life era. Candles are lit. Robes are on. Luther Vandross is playing. Or for some of you guys, it's who? SZA? No, is it SZA? Is it Drew? Is it Drew Sidora? Okay, is it giving Drew Sidora in the background when you walk in? Do you smell the softness in the candles and the allure in the air? Everyone wants a soft life. Everyone is talking about they're in their soft life era. Okay, well, some of y'all are 22. Okay, is this even making any sense? You haven't even lived the life talking about you're in your soft life era. You haven't even lived the era of being an adult yet to talk about you're in your soft life era. But are we living a life of ease or just avoiding effort? So I don't know who really can live a soft life era unless you're over 40. Let's say You can't even live a soft life era unless you are over 40 years and you have lived, honey. You need some hardness in your life. You need to have some things on your resume in your life, things that have tortured you, things that have made you feel downtrodden, things that have hurt you in your life. You need to struggle. You can only feel the good life if you have had the bad life. You won't know what a soft life is, the nerve of you, the audacity of it all. For you to feel like, oh, I just want to be a soft life. I'm such a princess. I'm so beautiful. I just want to be a soft life. Girl, go on Instagram and just swipe. Because 2 swipes after you swipe is a better than you. Okay? And she's struggling, or she's in a strip club, or she's doing other things to pay her bills, and she got 10 men to pitch in. One pays the car note, one pays the light bill, one pays the this, the that. Okay? So if you think just because you're beautiful, you need the soft life, pause. No, girl, because really, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So most men are going to find a woman that's beautiful, and it's really out here 4 to 1, 5 to 1. So what makes you so entitled to live a soft life when you haven't even lived life yet? So no, please go away from me with this. The soft life, to me, from my interpretation is, women that just want to be taken care of. I can understand taking care of yourself, taking care of your mind, your body, your spirit, taking care of your family, especially emotionally, making sure you're centered, that you're really living an intentional life. But I think when you guys say it, you're believing too much of this Instagram hype. Like, they're on private jets that they're paying, $500 to take photos on, or they're on these, first class flights that cost $20,000, but they're just like really kind of like sneaking in the first class and taking the photos to pretend like they've actually been on the first class flight. Okay. And then you have to ask yourself, what did they do for that first class flight? They didn't pay for it themselves, but they feel entitled to. You're paying it. You're paying for it. It's just what currency are you using?
Did you ever sell it?
Did I ever?
The cat.
No, I did not. I didn't.
Have you done for it?
I have not done. I have not. Excuse me. I have not done. Ugh, I can't even talk.
Oh, Lord.
What currency are you using? Okay. But let's just stop glamorizing, this excuse for being lazy. Okay. Being, wanting to be taken care of. Okay. I get it, but I don't get it. I really appreciate where I've come from in my life. I'm all for a little silk robe and self-care and, zhuzhing it up and, getting some work done if you need to. But if you haven't worked on your dreams in 6 months and you're still calling it like alignment, no, it's a hard pass for me. You don't deserve a soft life. You deserve a soft life when you've worked and you've gotten the benefit from working. There's nothing soft about avoiding accountability. Let's rest and rise. Let's work. Let's get some results. Okay? And let's stop wanting other people to give us something that we actually don't even deserve. Be real with me. Is your soft life actually serving you, or are you just playing hide and seek with your real potential? Let's say twirl or toss. What does it give you? I want to hear from the comments. Drop me a line below and tell me, am I right or wrong? Do you need to work hard to feel the soft life? I think that's what it is. I think for me, I need to work hard to be able to reap the benefits of a soft life. Period. All right, now you know what time it is. It is time for reality tea. Okay, let's pour another cup. Or is this a cup, or is it called something else? I need to know, because I don't believe it's a cup. Okay, it looks like a cup, smells like a cup, but I don't think it's a cup.
Tea canter.
A tea canter would be this, but this is a device used for reservoir tea. I don't know what this is called. Somebody help me. To the Southerners out there and the etiquette queens, please do tell me, what is this called? Because it is actually not the cup, and I got it from Morocco. But is it a cup in Morocco, or is it a cup in the United States? What is this accent I'm doing? It makes no sense. Let's pour another cup, because when it comes to reality TV, the reality always spills itself, darling. you love the storyline, but would you sign the paperwork? Okay, now let's talk about a little business for a moment. Everyone loves reality TV. Now, you know, when you go to a taping, you sign a release form, and some people just go, oh, dotted line, dotted line, dotted line. They just sign because they want to be on TV. But did you know when you sign those releases, please look at those releases very carefully. When you sign those releases, you don't have control anymore of a storyline, how you're portrayed, depicted, otherwise known as talked about, gossiped about, lied on. All of those things, you sign basically your rights, and some might say your life away. You don't have a say anymore. You are at the mercy of other people who are also known as producers and networks and editors. If you're in film, you are at the mercy of those people to portray you and fit you into what they want you to appear to be. A lot of times people don't know this one thing about these releases. Reality TV release forms aren't just paperwork. They're a power of transfer, basically. You're not just signing up to be on a show. You're signing away, in part, the right to control how your image, your voice, or even your narrative is used. In a lot of reality TV releases, it says very specifically, you can be lied on during the course of filming, defamed, humiliated, embarrassed, hell, damn near degraded. And you have no say over that. Literally, someone can be lying on you and you can't turn around and sue them. Why? Because you agreed to allow someone to lie on you. You agreed in writing that you could allow someone to lie on you. I've been lied on before. I know what that feels like. You can be humiliated. You signed your rights away for that too. Degraded, humiliated, lied on, embarrassed. All of those things have happened to probably every single reality show person I've ever seen on a reality show. And why do people not turn around and sue? Because guess what? You signed your rights away. Producers can rearrange reality to fit a storyline sometimes, or your reactions can be cut and pasted to match someone else's drama. They can pull sound bites from something and put it on something else that you're watching when it wasn't organically in that particular part of the picture to begin with. They don't owe you fairness. They don't owe you truth. They don't owe you protection, only entertainment. And when I say protection, I don't mean protection against physical harm. I mean protection in how you're portrayed. They don't owe you anything. They're trying to make a TV show. And guess what? Another reason why you sign all of those things away is because they know that people often regret what happens when you're doing an unscripted show. You don't know what's going to come out of people's mouths. You don't know if someone's going to bring a whole binder to a reunion to expose people's cheating or expose that you're doing illegal activities and that you're going to be going to jail. You don't know it because it is not a scripted show. You waived your right to sue for emotional distress, defamation, and even in many cases, invasion of privacy. In fact, you allow them to delve deep within your own life to show your truths. So that's why I go back to my first confessions, why do people come on reality shows when they have things to hide? The other important part about releases, now of course I'm not an attorney, I want to just disclose that our releases are not the same, they're not equal, but I've done a lot of reality TV. I've appeared on some shows where, I've had to sign releases for, and jumping out of the helicopter shows, I still had to sign a release for that. And in most of those releases also prohibit you from suing them. You have to go to arbitration the same way you go to your doctor. And if something happens within the course of your care, you cannot sue your doctor. You have to go to arbitration. So to know that you have an arbitration clause in your reality TV contract and still sue, is it for the attention? Is it to get a particular story across, to sway the court of public opinion? Because in reality, you can't sue. It's going to be kicked out and go to arbitration. You can't sue. No case. Win a case. It ain't no case. Okay, but anyway, they don't realize that the edit is the final word. Not the truth always. Not the receipts always. The edit is the final word. Let me just read a little bit of a release that I just found so I can just give you a little bit of the legalese is what they call it. Again, this is not my contract. This is not a Housewives contract, a Bravo contract. I literally just Googled it. Okay.
Now pay close attention where it says, item number 2, consent to fictionalization and depiction. Now it says, I understand and acknowledge that the production may be a work of fiction or dramatization, and that the producer may portray events, conversations, actions, or situations involving me, real or fictional, that may be untrue, exaggerated, fabricated, humiliating, embarrassing, defamatory, or cast me in a false light or disrepute. Disrepute means ruining your reputation, basically. It also goes on to say, I expressly waive any and all claims I may have against producer for defamation, libel, slander, invasion of privacy, false light, emotional distress, mental anguish, misappropriation of name or likeness, and so on and so on and so forth. Do you know now they're even incorporating AI into these clauses where they can use your photo, your video, and make it look like you, and it's not even actually you. That is what these releases are saying.
The most important thing to know and to walk away with is when you sign those releases, you basically sign away your control. Now, there are exceptions to rules. Of course, again, as I said before, I am not a lawyer and I'm not an entertainment attorney. However, I have been in this business for over 30 years and I've probably signed 30 releases, and they're pretty much all the same. And in conclusion, reality TV is glam. Yes, you see a beautiful lifestyle, beautiful people, but the real draw in reality TV is to show some form of entertainment, to delve behind the scenes of people's lives that most people are not willing to show. It's like a guilty pleasure. We get it. It's entertainment, it's guilty pleasure, and that's why people tune in. They want to escape their lives sometimes and be able to look in your life and be able to say, girl, you're stupid. Girl, you're smart. Girl, you're ugly. Girl, you're beautiful. Oh, that man is cheating. Oh, that man is gay. Oh, this. It's a guilty pleasure. We all have been guilty of watching it. But just understand, if you are being filmed, and that means if you're just coming into an event or if you're going to actually be a cast member, know the rules before you play. Sometimes you have to know when you're the seasonal clown. Every season has the seasonal clown. Think about it. Look at all of your reality TV shows, right? And they have cast members come and go. They're only there for a season. You have to know when you're a seasonal clown. And if you are showing your ass, both literally and figuratively, chances are you're that seasonal clown. Just understand that when you join a reality TV show program, regardless if that's Sister Wives or the Mormons or, Bad Girls Club or whatever, you sign a release. I just want to give that particular insight to those people who are thinking about joining reality TV. That's it. Not talking about anyone in particular. I'm done with that topic. So let's be clear about that. But I thought you might want to know a little bit more about the business behind the business. And just to spill a little tea. Oh, my tea is so hot. This is More to Say, where we go deeper than the headlines and get real about what really matters. The digital footprint is forever. Yes, you can post something and then delete it, but can you delete the perception? Can you delete the truths that are already out there? Most people want to read into negativity and they buy into negativity, and that's what makes the most impact. But when you try to erase it and go, oh, I made a mistake, I didn't really mean to post that very private conversation that I had with my ex-boyfriend. But 3 million people have already read it. You can't really take that back, can you? Or if you were drunk at a club and you're posting videos and you're half naked in the videos and falling on the floor and you're laughing with your girlfriends, you might think it's funny. But do you think corporate America going through your social media, which they do now, they didn't used to do that 10 years ago, but they do now. They will look at your social media accounts to get an idea of what kind of person are we hiring? Do you want those people to see that you're drunk on the floor and slurring your words and removing your clothes and acting what we call a damn fool? Do you think a job or an employer will want to hire you after seeing such behavior, because really in my mind as an employer, I would think, you know what, this person doesn't have discretion. This person doesn't have a lot of common sense, because if you were going to post something like this, number one, the least you can do is make those kind of posts private on your Finsta, for instance. We all have them, right? Your fake Instagrams or your private accounts. They're private for a reason, because you should only have the most trusted individuals watching your every move anyway. And when you post things like that, you put out the idea to the world of who you really are. Do you want people to believe that you are a drunk, silly girl that's sleeping around with every person that you meet and it's cool and it's fun? But maybe one day you want to be president, or you want to be a senator, or you want to be a respected doctor or a world leader, or anything that requires someone to respect you. Is that what you want them to pull up and see? Or that you are laying in a bed with a married man and giggling because he's famous? Is that how you want to be known? Or maybe that you have, the best technique for twerking? Is that what you want to show? How big your cheeks are, or how loud you can make them clap? Is that what you want to be known for and respected for? Well, some of you guys might say, yeah, I do. I kind of do. And that's your right to. But you have to understand that deleting something doesn't actually delete when it comes to this day and age in social media. There are services that you can pay for that can go back 20, 30 years of posts that you have made online, because that digital footprint never goes away. And it's something that I try to also teach my daughter at this young age, because now she's looking at TikTok. She's looking at, YouTube. Of course, with parental controls, because I'm very serious about this. I try to teach her that anything that you do in the public will never, ever be erased. It will always be a part of history. And of course, not everyone is perfect. We all stumble. We all do and make decisions that don't benefit us. We do things sometimes that hurts other people. Those are not our proudest moments, and those moments shouldn't define us. But if I can prevent pain, heartbreak, embarrassment to a young girl, a child, a growing teenager, anyone that wants to be considered a good human being, I want to warn you that whatever you put out is forever online. If you go into some of these games and they have all these rooms and they're meeting people, some teenagers are pressured by adults waiting in those rooms and pressuring them to harass other classmates. Some kids have even committed suicide from those type of games that people play behind the scenes. They also are pressuring young girls to show their nude bodies and to send nude pictures to these strangers online. And they do. And guess what? Those pictures last forever. They don't just go away. They end up on dark websites, porn sites, all kinds of things. They don't just magically go away. So you have to be really thoughtful and mindful of the impression you want to make and what you want people to think of you when they look at your social media. Again, the smart ones have multiple accounts or privatized accounts. And even those aren't completely secure. But knowing that at least you have something to represent to the world on who you want to be perceived as: smart, intelligent, kind, considerate. Or do you want to be perceived as the party person, the person that abuses other people and their rights and impedes on other people's rights and freedoms? You have to make a choice. And in 2025, the choice has to be very clear on who you want people to know you to be. You want to be respected. You want to be known. You can be known, but don't be known for being an ass. Don't be known for being the party girl or the party guy or the drug addict or the person that loves to steal husbands from other people. Do better. Because now you know better. And now you have to understand that whatever you put out in the world in this day and age, on digital and on media, on social media, it is forever. So think about that. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Life Twirls On. We're just getting started, and this community is only just going to get more fabulous all the time. So be sure to subscribe and send in your Ask Kenny questions, because if you tag us in your twirl-worthy moments, you might just end up on one of our future episodes. So until the next time, keep it cute, keep it real, keep it classy, and watch what you put online. And keep twirling. Now twirl! Woo!